Hi, my name is Hazem. In the previous videos I covered the tools that I carry, so I've got all the tools in the back of my car and all the supplies in the back of my car that I've got. But now I'll tell you that my car was a mess from being on the road, so I ended up in my office pulled out a lot of trash. But I'll show you what I got on the inside too now. So on the inside of my car I've got a few different things. First of all, I've got a lot of safety equipment. So I've got emergency blankets just in case you're in a situation where my car gets stuck and it's really cold. Then I got heat, and I've got a rag for wiping. I've got a keyboard. I've got some Ethernet patch cables, a couple of them. Usually I have more. I gotta grab some more. And then I've got a power cord which I've stripped so the ends are live, so I can use this to connect different devices if I want to test power to them through the wiring. Sometimes you got devices that aren't hardwired. And then I've got a console cable here. This is for a PLC, and I've got a console cable here for like Cisco network equipment. I've also got binoculars, and I've also got a spare network switch just in case I need to test or replace a network switch. And then I've got some compressed air in here, and I've also got a tire pressure tester, which also has a flashlight, so maybe we'll use this because my phone battery's dying. And then I got a meter stick from a school I demolished. So a meter stick sometimes is handy when I'm pulling wire, but I've also got these. This is 18 feet of Klein Tools fish sticks. So this is for fishing wire down a wall or up a wall or across the ceiling. So these they screw into each other, and then you can have they're 6 feet long each, but you can have 3, which is 18 feet. And then on this side I've got like stickers with my alarm systems, and then I've got my steel toe boots, and I've got a hard hat, which I don't always need, safety glasses, which I almost always wear, hearing protection, which sometimes I wear depending on where I am. I've got a fire retardant vest. I've got caution tape. I've got a reflective vest. I've also got disposable coveralls if I'm somewhere really messy. So that's my first set. It's my first bag. I got the bag from Uline for free. And then in here I've got my arc flash suit. So I've got a helmet, arc flash helmet, and then I've got electrical gloves, which are good for 1000 volts. So they come as a rubber glove and then as a leather glove that goes on top. And so these are almost due for testing. And then that covers the back seat. So typically now in front here I've got like spare batteries. I have no idea what this is. I've got business cards. I've got I got a lot of water. I found so much water because I would stop at a 7-Eleven. I was on the road for a whole week, and I would stop at 7-Elevens or gas stations, and I would get some drinks, and they would fall in the seat. Like the garbage was to here because I was so busy. But when I cleaned my car, I found a whole bag basically full of drinks that I have salvaged. So if I had a fridge in here, it would be nice, but I don't. But I've got my laptop, which I take with me, but I keep my charger for my laptop here because I've got another one at home. Then I've got headphones if I'm listening to stuff. got my gloves for when I go to the gym. And then I forgot, I always keep this is my TIG tester, so I use this to see if there's, that's in my pocket, I always see if there's wires that are live, then I can touch them, although people will tell you this is not 100% accurate, which it's not 100% accurate. Got more business cards, and then I've got my work gloves. I really like these work gloves because they protect the backs of your fingers. They've got like knuckles. And then tape measure. I've got so I got a smaller tape measure, and then I've got a charging cable, and then in the back here I've got quid. So this is my USB crash card adapter, which is really expensive, but this allows me, it's highly recommended, is it's got VGA, you can get adapters for it, and USB, and then USB on the other side. Whoops. So you can plug the USB on the other side, and now your monitor, you don't need to carry, this acts as your monitor, so you can use your laptop as a computer monitor to connect to a server. And then of course here we got a spare hard drive just in case. And then there's not a whole lot else in here, except we've got some CMOS batteries. Sometimes laptops have bad batteries, or desktops. And then I've got my USB charger, and then I've got some little got this little gadget, if I can find it. I'm missing the other half, but I got this chain that lets me pull wires down the wall. So that's what covers part 3. If you have any questions, please post a comment. Thank you.